All right. Hey, everybody. What is going on? My name is Vitaliy Dubinin. I live in Israel, and I'm so honored, so excited, and so grateful to actually share with you about revolutionary quantum technology that can actually help you in so many ways to feel well. And I have with me a very special guest. I have, first of all, Dr. Cook himself, who actually created this quantum technology. He is right there. We have Ron Spence and Idomi Yaron, my friend from Israel, right here with me. And I gotta tell you guys, the first time that I heard about this, I was like, really? How does it work? Is it even possible? Like, it's some kind of information downloading from the cloud? Like, I mean, I heard about quantum technology a couple of years ago, really never dove into it. I don't understand it. So I was a little skeptical. But when my friend told me that he put on energy and like didn't turn it off for 3 days, and then he told me he found himself in the gym at 3 a.m. in the morning working out, you know, twice a day. I'm like, really? You know, that's incredible. And then he told me that his wife had insomnia for many years, like her entire life. He would go into the room and she would wake up from little small noises. And when she would sleep quantum energy, like, she sleeps like a baby. He walks into the room and she doesn't wake up. You know, it's the first time that he ever experienced that. And he also told me he put on weight and then his appetite went down and he lost actually 8 pounds in a week. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. And then there is my other friend, Jamil, who actually had asthma, and he like used an inhaler every day. And now like he put an allergy and he stopped using an inhaler. And it was like a miracle, you know, like, wow, this is incredible. Another friend of mine had a type 2 diabetes, and he actually had this nerve pain for 5 years, and he felt it every day. And when he put on pain relief, like, he stopped feeling the pain. Like, it was like, I can't explain it, but it must be this quantum energy that I've set up. It's been going on like this for a week. And for me, myself, I experienced it myself personally. Like, I put on sleep, I sleep very deep, and I like 6 hours and I'm refreshed. Or when I put on energy, I feel so much energy throughout the day. Like, I cannot even explain it. And you know, yesterday I ate something and I had some stomach pains with the things that I ate, and I put on digestions, and a couple hours later I feel good, I feel okay. So, you know, that got me really excited, really intrigued, because, you know, we obviously, nobody in Israel knows about this, and only a handful of thousands of people, I can guess, you know, that are actually using this technology with our company Limbic Arc. And very few people actually knows about this technology and use it. And my intention is to spread this message to the world, to bring in thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people to use this technology. And for this purpose, we are here to learn more about this technology, how it works. I have a lot of very interesting questions to ask Dr. Cook, and I'm sure that you're going to get a lot of value from it. And after this call, you know, you will not have any doubts about, wow, this technology exists and it can actually help you change your life. So this is what we are going to do here. I'm super excited. And to start it off, you know, Dr. Cook, what is your name? I know Dr. Cook is the family name.
Vaughn. My first name is Vaughn.
Vaughn, okay. So Dr.
Yes.
Vaughn, so can you tell us a little bit more about your background and what you were doing like in the last 10, 20 years, like in the energy medicine field?
Well, I've got a company, which is a sister company to Limbic Arc. The name of that company is Zyto, spelled Z-Y-T-O.
Mm-hmm.
And we build energy technology as well. Basically, both of these companies are software companies. But the technology that is built in the Zyto side is used by health professionals to analyze a lot of data points very quickly and then connect the dots so that you can make a diagnosis more quickly. Mm-hmm. The outcome or the offshoot of that is Limbic Arc, and Limbic Arc started actually with a phone call. Ron Spence and I go back a lot of years. We've been friends for probably 20 years, 25 years maybe. Mm-hmm. And one day Ron called me and he said, "Hey, I've got some technology. Do you think you could do something like this?" And we got together and I said, "Hey, we can do it better than what you're describing here." And that was the impetus of Limbic Arc. And then we got our heads together and decided, let's build it and let's attack the market in this way. And Vitaliy, here we are today.
Wow, that is amazing. So you had this actual product, the Zyto company, that you say many healthcare professionals are using this. And is it like a similar technology of what we are doing with Limbic Arc, or it's a physical machine? Like what is it really?
It's a physical machine and software. So it's not Limbic Arc. It's not what Limbic Arc does. But it's kind of the foundation. I mean, the technology that I started to build 35 years ago is really the foundation of what we have today with Limbic Arc.
Okay.
So if somebody says is this new technology, it is new technology, but it really has a genealogy that goes back for decades.
Yeah, we build technology on previous technologies, obviously.
Exactly. Exactly.
But you see what we do here as unique, like something that people have not experienced or cannot go and experience in any other way. Is that right?
Absolutely. That's correct.
Okay, perfect. So now one of the most important questions, I think, how this actually works, how this quantum technology really works in a simple language, something that people can watch, listen, and understand, because I know that we can, talk about it in a very complicated way. Can you describe it in a simple way? And also, like, is there any physical equipment used? Like, how does quantum energy works?
Well, how does it work? At an energetic level, we're all connected in a more literal sense than we realize, and that's the quantum field. And what we've done is we have created a library that's stored in the cloud. Mm-hmm. And when you create your Limbic Arc account, you basically give us the field address where you are. So if you're in Israel, and it's not like we know your address at home, mm-hmm. but in a quantum sense, we know how to direct the information then to you specifically and not to your neighbor or the guy sitting next to you. So because we're all connected and because we all live in this field, it's called the 0 point field. Mm-hmm. What we've created then is a way to tap into that field and scan for, using the voice spark scan that we have, we can scan for library items or information items and then send those to you through the field. And because of the field effect, it actually impacts you at an energetic level. And that's why you feel these effects like you described early on, why people are having better experience with sleep, for example, or energy. It's because we're providing information that they may be missing, and their bodies pick up on that information and function more intelligently, for want of a better word.
So you said you have ingredients and nutrients, and you take the energy and information from it and store it in the cloud. Can you describe a little bit more how does it work, how this process works?
When you take a vitamin, that vitamin, we usually think of vitamins as chemicals because that's how we deliver them.
Yeah.
But the chemical configuration of a particular vitamin, like vitamin C, carries a packet of information. And so when your body sees that configuration, it knows what to do with the vitamin. Information is what is conveyed by an arrangement of things. And so vitamin C has a specific molecular arrangement,
right.
And that arrangement then will convey specific information. What we have done is we have created an information corollary to the vitamin C. And instead of giving you the vitamin C and therefore delivering the information, we give you the vitamin C corollary, and your body implements that, I believe, in a way similar to what would happen if we actually gave you the vitamin C. Mm-hmm. Now, one of the advantages with the energy boost, the InfoBoost, as opposed to the vitamin itself, is the chemicals require physical processing. And if your body is deficient in some way, it may lack the ability to completely process vitamin C, as an example. Okay. And so even though you take the vitamin C, you may not be getting all the good of it that you should. Mm-hmm. But with the information that we can give you through the InfoBoost, that then tells your body, this is what you're supposed to do with vitamin C. And it goes, oh, I just needed a better instruction set. And bingo, it picks up the vitamin C and you feel better.
It almost sounds like magic.
Well, it's a lot of quantum things do, but usually the things that sound like magic to us are just the things that are new to us or we don't understand the process. And limbic arc, even though it has some strange effects, and people say, wait a minute, how can this possibly happen? It just doesn't make any sense to me. Well, just because it doesn't make any sense or it's new doesn't mean that it's not legitimate and doesn't mean it's not founded in science.
So it's in the process, right? So with the ingredients and vitamin C as an example and the information from it, what do you mean by storing it in cloud? Like, is it, how does this information look like? Because help us understand a little bit. Maybe.
Well, the cloud is just a bunch of servers that exist around the world.
Okay.
And we've rented space on a number of those servers, mm-hmm. and we load our data. So we have a database stored on multiple servers in different locations around the world. Okay. And that's how we deliver the information. So you've created an account with Limbic Arc, Vitaliy, and so when you log into your account, you're tapping into that database and saying, hey, here I am, scan me. What shows up positive? Great, I like these things. Load them into my field. And then we have a way in the computer, in the cloud, to cycle that information and direct it into your field. And that's the mechanics of how it works.
Because people at different times of day, they turn it on inside their using smartphone or laptop, they can mm-hmm. turn it on. And it happens like that. So they're tapping that information that is stored all automatically. It's not like somebody is sitting there.
No. It's the Limbic Arc app is a web app. Mm-hmm. So when you log into your app, you're actually logged into your account on the server, and you're controlling that account. You're controlling the server through your app on your phone or your computer, however you're accessing it.
And you can buy the information about the person when he signs up, and also his voice pattern. You can know how to direct that specifically to that person energetically.
That's correct. Yeah. The Spark scan, excuse me. The Spark scan gives us the ability to determine or get a better idea which of these what of the information on the database you would respond most positively to. And in order to initiate that Spark scan, we have to have some real-time biometric input. And so we take your voice, so we have you talk for just a few seconds, and then we show you some targets on your screen, and you touch those targets, and between the voice and your response, that gives us the biometric information we need to then initiate the Spark. And then the scan is run, and we can rank the items, the boost ingredients, to tell you which ones you're responding most positively to.
Okay, and this is very important also, this touching to the process of
yes, the voice is the combination of the voice and the response with the touching.
Because the voice, I know it's very unique to people. Everybody has a different voice, and you instruct people to specifically talk about themselves. Why is that important?
Well, because I'm glad you asked this, because I'll tell you a trick while we're here. The primary reason we tell them that is because I want the Spark scan results to reflect the benefit that I need. And so that's why I need to talk about myself. Voice is actually topic specific. Mm-hmm. When I speak about myself, my voice is different than if I speak about the weather, or I speak about a friend of mine, or I speak about some situation in the world. Mm-hmm. Because you speak about yourself, now you're getting boosts that actually relate to you. The thing that the trick I wanted to share with you is, if you, let's say you have a cold. I'm just getting over a cold. I don't know if you can tell that with my voice, but when I go in and want to prepare an InfoBoost, like the Immune InfoBoost, and I want to tweak it to make it a little more specific for my situation, what I talk about is I have a cold. So I talk about my cold, and that will then bias the scan towards whatever topic it is that I'm speaking of. Gotcha. So let's say that you had let's say you had an argument with a friend. Let's say you had an argument with your wife, and you wanted to do an InfoBoost to help you be a better person, and not argue with your wife. You could actually talk about I have a tendency to argue with my wife. We seem to not respect each other for whatever reason, like we should. And by talking about that, you'll actually bias the scan in the direction of giving you the ingredients, the boost ingredients that will actually impact that aspect of whatever you're talking about.
And is this technology something that you patented for? Like a patented technology?
We're applying for a patent for the Spark scan. That's a piece of new technology that is patentable. So yeah, there will be patents that'll come out around Limbic Arc.
And there are other technology, like quantum biology. I think that's how the field is called, right? It's not something new. A lot of research has been done on quantum biology.
Yes, and there's a lot of research done on every aspect. One of the challenges with Limbic Arc is we take different sciences or different technologies and we combine them, and so it creates a package that doesn't matter who you are, it can look like it's new to you or strange. But there's a lot of research about every aspect of what's gone into Limbic Arc.
In your videos, you talk a lot about 0-point field. What is that?
Well, everything has a field. So a field is a sphere of influence. So you have a field, and I have a field, and the country of Israel has a field, and we're speaking English. The English language has a field. So everything has a field. It has a sphere of influence, and there's a place where all of the fields meet, and that meeting place is called the 0-point field. The reason that it's called that is because everything in that field sums to 0. In other words, everything is opposed in some way by something else, or everything is constrained in some way by something else. And those constraints, or those points of opposition, if you sum them, they sum to 0. And the significance of that is, if you change your sphere of influence or your posture of influence, you actually create a perturbation in the 0-point field, and the 0-point field will shift to accommodate you because it has to adjust itself back to 0. And so you've probably heard about if you can set your intent and focus hard enough, you'll eventually achieve your intent. Well, that's the way it works, is if I focus my intent, I will then create this energetic perturbation in the field, and the universe will adjust to balance everything back to 0, and it usually results in the manifestation of my intent. So the 0-point field, pardon me?
Like the law of attraction, like we attract what we think about. And,
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, the law of attraction is exactly that.
And it's not like a point, like a 0 point field is in Utah or in some other country. Like
no, it's everywhere and everywhere. So it's not bounded by time or space. It's just where all the fields converge.
And you use that in your technology, that 0 point field, to direct the energy, right?
That's correct. Yeah. So because we're all in that 0 point field, we then scan for the appropriate information and then send that to essentially your location in the 0 point field. I don't know that that's exactly correct, but you get the point. The information goes to you. It doesn't go to somebody else.